Hi guys, thanks so much for watching a little about LV. Today I'm going to be doing my BH Cosmetics makeup haul. If you don't know much about BH Cosmetics, they are a lower price brand. They're a lot like ColourPop. You don't really find these that much in stores, but you can find them at Ulta. I have tried a couple other BH Cosmetics products up until this point. I think really it was just some eyeshadow palettes. I did like them. I have another eyeshadow palette for you here today that I'm going to test out. I have some blush, I have bronzer, I have an eyebrow pencil. I've got a lot of good things here that I can't wait to try out for you. It is going to be a first impressions. I have not used any of these products before, and it was really hard for me to wait this long to do so. I got these in a couple weeks ago, and I always like to get my makeup out as soon as I buy it and use it, and I've waited just for y'all. I also have a few other products that I'm going to do with my full face tutorial today that are drugstore products. So I am going to be doing a lot of first impressions today. Most of the products are going to be from BH Cosmetics, so I'm just going to do a full face tutorial for you today and we'll jump right in. Alright, so today's blooper consists of me forgetting that in the first half of this video one of my lights wasn't on, so it's going to be a lot darker than the tutorial that I'm doing, but you know, it's fine. So we're just going to jump right in with the tutorial. For the first product that I'm going to use is primer. I actually have used this a lot before, but I have not used it in any of my videos. This is a Milani Prime Correct Face Primer. I love this. It comes out as like a little bit of like an orange vibe. And like obviously I've used it. I can barely even get it to come out. I've used it so much. But this is one of those Milani products that I absolutely love. It keeps my face very matte all day. Alright, so after that, now that my face is really smooth and primed, I'm going to go in with a foundation that I am really excited to try. This is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I have heard a lot about this. It was $13, so I mean it's on the more high end, I guess you would say, of drugstore foundations. This is not going to be like a full coverage foundation. We're going to see how it works out. I will say that this is a darker shade because it is just a tinted skin veil. It only comes in I think 4 or 5 colors, so I went with more of my summer shade. This shade is buff. It says true beige buff. That is probably going to be a little dark for me like in the fall months. I'm just gonna, it comes in this little tube. I'm just gonna squirt a little out there on my Eco Tools complexion blending brush, and we're gonna go in and see how it works. Okay, so far I am liking how light this feels. I don't know if you can tell a difference between the two sides of my face there. Like this has a lot of like redness and like some scarring and stuff still on this side, and this side is much more even toned and smooth. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so far I am really liking this. With a lot of just tinted like skin veils that I have tried in the past, I felt like they really didn't cover a lot. Like basically they didn't do anything that you needed them to do when you want to put on any kind of foundation. This actually did take a lot of the redness out of my face. As you can see, it's much more even skin tone there, and I do have a couple bumps on my face. Anyways, I am really loving this. I do think that it covered up some of the bumps that I have there. There is a little bit of redness still under this. I did use a pretty good amount of it, but it didn't take much out of the bottle. Actually, the color turned out to be very good for my current skin tone. I thought it might be a little bit dark, but it turned out to be actually the color that I need right now, so I am liking that. I also wanted to point out that this skin veil was very lightweight. Like I don't feel like I have anything on my face at all. It's definitely something that I would wear on a day that I just wanted my skin to look more even toned, but it wasn't heavy at all, so I will say that about the foundation. So next up I'm going to go in with concealer. This I picked up at Walmart. This is the CoverGirl True Blend It's Lit concealer. This was originally like $9, I think. I got it on sale for $4.50. So this is in shade Light, which looks not light for me. We're gonna open it and see. I'm actually, like I said, I've never opened any of these products, don't know anything about it. Okay, so when we open it up, it has a cap and it has like a little brush tip end there. That's interesting for sure. So I'm just going to twist this and see if it comes out okay. Okay, that whole thing was a disaster. Okay, also it came out really fast after I was twisting it for like 45 minutes. Also, this looks way too dark for my skin. So let's just go from there. I don't feel like putting this on my face because there's a lot. So I'm actually just going to use my finger, and then I'm gonna blend it out with one of my Wish sponges. Let's just see, y'all, this is a first impression. So I'm just gonna put this where I normally would put my concealer and blend it out. Okay, so I just want to say first that I feel like a lot of the problem is this might be a little too dark for my skin tone, mainly because I do like to lighten up with my concealer, and I don't really feel like it's doing that. And I do feel like it's a little cakey, and it definitely shouldn't be cakey considering that all I have on is a tinted skin veil, so like my skin should not look cakey, and it didn't before I put this on, and it's really just like right here in this area. I don't know if you can see that. It's just like not very brightening, and it doesn't look like it's doing a lot. So I'm like not in love with this product for sure. I will say that it did take a little bit of the redness out of that bump that I have there. So maybe it's just not the right color for my skin. What I am gonna go in with is a setting powder that I have used before. I actually used the same setting powder in my other drugstore favorites video, but in a different color. Today I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Ghost. This is normally my fall color because it just lightens everything, but considering that I didn't really have a concealer that lightened anything, I'm gonna go in with this and see if it will just brighten up the areas that I wanted it to brighten. I'm just gonna put a little in the cap there and go in with another Wish sponge. Okay, so thank goodness for Makeup Revolution because that lightened and brightened us a little bit, and we needed that. I was looking a little too one tone. I wanted to brighten those areas up. I'm just gonna put a little on this brush now like I normally do. This is again the Eco Tools multitasking brush, and I just put a little powder on there and kind of spread out the powder that I pressed into my skin. Okay, so despite that hellacious concealer, I do think my face is actually looking really nice. I think that's more owed to the setting powder and the NYX Skin Veil more than anything. My next product that I have, we're going to get into our BH Cosmetics products. This is the Brilliance Bronzer from BH Cosmetics. It comes in this little case. I think the shade is Golden Gal. Like I said, I ordered all these offline, so I'm hoping that all these shades and everything actually look good on me. Oh, this is cute. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna open it up for you. Ooh, it is really pretty. It's like a good cool tone shade for me. That's kind of the shade that I like to go with. It has a little bit of a like sheen or like a glitter to it almost. I don't know how I feel about that all the time, but we'll see how it goes on. So I'm gonna go in with just one of my regular bronzer brushes. This is the Wet n Wild. It has the little angled tip. That's what I like to use when I'm using bronzer, and I'm just gonna go in there. We're just gonna put it right here and kind of give us a cut crease there. As you can see, that's like defined the cheekbone there. Okay, so far I'm really liking this bronzer. It's very fine, like very smooth when it goes on. It's not chalky at all, and it just is like the perfect little shade there. So I'm actually sitting here thinking about how I just posted a video and now I'm filming, and it's like I wonder if people are watching the video that I just posted while I'm filming another one. Like Inception. Anyways, so now that we're all bronzed up and I'm really loving that bronzer, I forgot to tell you it was only $6. I did get a lot of these BH Cosmetics products on sale. They have tons of sales though. I'm gonna try to remember to let you know what they originally were. I think the bronzer was originally $10 and I got it for $6, but definitely sign up for their mailing list because they let you know anytime that they're having a sale, which is very, very often. I don't think I've ever paid full price for anything. I definitely didn't pay full price for anything today. On to blush. This is the Floral Blush, and it is the Duo Cheek color in Caribbean Coral. It comes in this packaging. It's really pretty. I'm going to open this up. I don't even know if it's a color that I'm going to like, but I liked it online, so we'll see. Alright, so here it is in Caribbean Coral. As you can see there, it has like two-toned. It was called the Duo. So it has like the two-tone there. It's like a very pinky pink, and then like an orangey coral color there. And so it has, I'm just gonna kind of mix them together. It's like a two-toned shade. It does have a bit of glitter in it, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. But I'm gonna go in with just a little Wish brush that I got. It's like the little fluffy tip. It's almost rounded a little bit. And I'm just gonna kind of go into the whole thing and just mix the colors together there and see how I feel. So it's very pinky. It's very pinky. So I don't know if this is a shade that I would have picked had I been able to see it in person. I already have a very red skin tone, so anything that's a little too pinky will just kind of make me look like pink all over my face. So I don't know that I'm loving that color per se, but I will say for the product there was not a lot of fallout, and it definitely went on very, very smoothly. Like, it's a very silky texture, a very silky consistency on my face. So I definitely would like to try some of their other blushes. Now this was only $4. I think it is originally $6 or $8, so that is a great price. But of course I only paid $4 for this, so I mean, I think I could get away with it. Alright, so now that the face is pretty much done, I'm going to go in with another BH Cosmetics product. This is the HD Brow Pencil in the shade Blonde. I'm actually really nervous to try this, but this is what it looks like. It pretty much resembles the NYX. Like, we have the product on this side there, and then we have the spoolie on this side. So I'm actually excited that it at least looks familiar, because I'm pretty picky about my brow pencils as well. I don't get crazy with my brows, as I've said 100 times before. So we're just gonna go in and try to carve them out a little bit, just see how this color is. I will say it's drier than the NYX. It is more pigmented as well, so I'm having to be a little careful. But it's less of a waxy consistency. Alright, so I actually do think I really like that. I think it's a good color for me. It does go on really well, and it carved out pretty nicely, and it didn't take a lot of time, which that's important for me as well. Alright, so that's it for the brows. I think they turned out pretty good. If I had anything negative to say about this brow pencil, it would just be that I feel like I used a lot of the product. I had to twist it up a couple times, and like I said, I don't get crazy with it, so I had a very light hand. I do think that it would probably run out faster than the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This actually was $4.20. I think it might have been like $6 or $8, so it was actually less than the NYX originally. And that's a pretty good deal. It actually came off very nicely, but I think it will run out a lot more quickly than the NYX, so that's the only negative that I have about that. Alright, so now finally onto the eyes. So I'm just going to get straight into the palette that I got. I'm really, really excited about this one. It does retail for $18, and it's on sale right now for $10, so like I said, they always have good sales. This is what it looks like here. It is a 26 color eyeshadow and blush palette. So there was different blushes in here, which I didn't really know at the time, or I might have like switched to one of these instead of the one that was too pinky for me, but you know, we're gonna go with it. All right, so here it is. It's very large. Like, I actually like that. I think it's a great deal for the $18 or $10 this is what it looks like. This is a hard case, by the way. So this would be actually really good to travel with. You'll just know that when you snap it closed, like it's not going to come open in your suitcase over all of your stuff. These down here, I'm guessing, are the blushes. It actually has some really good colors there. Like, I feel like I would be more of like a these two down here, and the one I put on was more of like this hot pinky looking color here. But yeah, I love all these colors. It's very neutral. It has anywhere from like dark browns and like some shimmer shades here to some lighter colors. So I'm really feeling a neutral eye today, so I'm going to go in with some of this and just show you how I would do just an everyday neutral eye. And though I am feeling a neutral eye today, as I said, I did buy this really fun Eye Lights waterproof eye color from BH Cosmetics. This was $4. I think it's regularly $8. And like I said, it's waterproof. This is in the shade Gnarly. You see it's like almost the same color as my nails. I just wanted to show this to you. I'm just gonna put this on here for you. That is gorgeous. Yeah, I have not had them on my eye, but I love, like, that's crazy pigmented. It came off very easily, very light catching. So I definitely will be using this. I'm just not using it in today's video on my eyes because, like I said, I'm just feeling like more of a neutral look. I'm going to let this dry because it says it's waterproof, so I'm gonna let this dry while I do the whole eyeshadow look that I'm doing, and then we're gonna try to like wipe it off with water and see if it actually works. But I don't know why I'm like so excited to do a neutral look today. I'm just like feeling that vibe, I guess, which I hardly ever am. So I'm gonna go in with this first shade here that's just a really light matte shade just to kind of set my whole eye there. I did prime with just my Mary Kay eyeshadow primer that I normally use. As always with this setting shade, I use the Morphe M504. It's the larger fluffy brush. It just gets all over the eyelid the fastest. And now I'm going to go in with the transition shade. This is one of my Morphe brushes that I got out of just a pack of them like at Christmas time, so there's no number on it. I'm actually going to go in with maybe this one here, the little brown shade right beside that. Alright, so I can definitely say that this is blending out very nicely. There's not too much fallout. It's kind of creamy. Okay, so far we have used this shade here as the all over lid shade. We have transitioned with this shade here. Now I think I'm going to go in with a little bit deeper orangey brown shade just to deepen up the corners and deepen up the crease. I'm going to go in with this Luxie 209 large shader brush for that. Just going to go in a little bit there, tap it off. And these colors are coming off beautifully. They are very creamy, very smooth. Alright, so before I do the lid shade, I'm going to deepen the corners just a little bit more. And I've decided I think I'm going to go in with this almost purpley brown shade here. I am going to use a Wet n Wild, very small tapered end brush. I don't know how pigmented this is, so I'm going to go pretty light with it. Alright, so now that we've gotten that all built up there, I am going to go back in with the brush that I used to do my transition shade and just clean up around the edges a little bit, make sure there's no defined lines. And then I'm going to take that little tapered brush again with the darkest color that we used and just lightly sweep it along the lower edge of the eye here. Alright, so now that we have defined the eye and we've put a little color along the lower lash line as well, I'm ready to do a shimmer shade on the lid. I'm going to go with this pinky champagne color here. It almost looks gold on camera, but it's like a pinky champagne color. Normally I would wet my finger with like some water or something, but I kind of just want to see how creamy the shimmer shades are, so I'm just going to go straight in with my finger with no water. It does feel very creamy. It does have a little bit of fallout, which that concerns me a little bit, but we're just going to put it on the lid and see how it comes off. Yeah, so I don't think I had a lot of fallout with that. That actually came off really, really pretty. As you can see how shiny it is, you can like definitely tell that I have something on my lid there. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. And that just kind of completed the eye look there. Alright, so I'm loving the way the eye look turned out. I do want to highlight a little bit here in the corners of my eyes and right under the brow bone. So I'm going to go in with the lightest shimmer shade in the palette here. None of these have names, so I can't really tell you if you do have this palette which one I'm using. That's why I'm really trying to show it to you. I'm using just a really, really tiny wish brush, and I'm going to go in and, ooh, definitely a beautiful color, and it came off very, very easily. It almost came off like a highlighter. That's really awesome. Alright, so the eyes are done with that palette. I love it. I love how neutral it is. That's what I was going for today. I will say I did have a little bit of fallout under my eyes that I had to sweep away, just a little bit of glitter. So now I'm going to go in with the eyeliner that I always use. It's the e.l.f. $2 liquid eyeliner. I'm just going to line the top of my eyes today. Don't think I'm going to do winged eyeliner. This is what I normally do when I'm just doing a neutral look. Okay, so I will say the shimmer shade was a little hard to go over with my liquid eyeliner. It normally is not. It normally glides over very smoothly. I did have to go over it a couple times, so that does make it seem just a little chunky to me. Alright, so here we go with mascara. You all know I have this epic battle between me and Drugstore mascara. I've only found one that I ever liked, but we're trying something different today. This is LA Colors Extra Matic Volume. This was $3 at a Dollar General that I happened to go in to like just grab something else, and I saw this was $3 and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. Alright, so this is what the brush looks like. It's not crazy huge, which is good because a lot of times I just tend to get it all over myself. This does not have like the bristles. This is like very stiff, like silicone ends, which I have liked in the past. So it's going good so far. Let's see how we like it. Okay, so this is not terrible as you can see. This is 4 coats. That's 4 times dipping back in and doing another coat. So not really what you want if you're in a hurry. But I mean, it gets there. That's not terrible. It definitely thickened the lashes as well as making them appear longer. And as you can tell, I mean, you can see there's a difference there between my eyelashes. So let's go in with the other eye. Definitely had to do some work to get it here. I didn't have a lot of cleanup, which I like that. My bottom lashes look good as well. Talk about some work. Like it took a minute to get here. I feel like I haven't been on camera in like 45 minutes, but really it's been like maybe 10. Alright, so now on to highlighter, and then we are going to use our new BH Cosmetics setting spray. The highlighter that I'm going to use today is the Ulta Beauty Rainbow Highlighter. Obviously, she's been used. She's only $10. I use this one a lot. Dip into just certain colors that I want to use, or I'll just use my little fluffy tip brush and go into all of them, just everywhere. But I really like the payoff. As you can see, like it's very bold, very light catching. It goes straight on the cheekbone very flawlessly. I don't use a lot of Ulta Beauty products usually, but I really liked this one when I got it. So $10 is not bad for the payoff that you get. Alright, and lastly, to finish the face, I have the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Makeup Setting Spray. This I got for $7.70, but I think it might have been like $12 originally. I'm just going to spray it on, see how I feel. I don't really like the mist of that. It actually didn't mist, it just kind of like squirted right where I sprayed. It doesn't have a very good smell, so I don't know that I'm loving that. As for how long it will last on, I can't say, but I will say not really loving how that sprayed out. Definitely don't love the smell. It kind of smells like peroxide. That's not my favorite. First impressions wise, didn't like that. Alright, so now I'm so excited to try this. This is our last step to our makeup routine today, and this is going to be the Royal Affair 5-piece liquid linen lipstick set from BH Cosmetics. It came in this fancy little bag. I think it was originally something crazy like $24, which I mean that is a good price for all of this, but I got it for $12.50. I get this little fancy bag with all the lipsticks in it. So let's look at the colors and I can swatch them all for you. Alright, so all of these came individually wrapped, but I went ahead and did that off camera for you because you didn't want to see me struggling with that for like 45 minutes. So these are the 5 colors that I got. I've got 2 like lighter shades of like nudie pinks here. Then I have a red, like a maroon pink shade here. It's almost a fuchsia actually. And then another like darker nude. I've never tried any of their liquid lipsticks, so I'm going to try a couple of them on for you here now, and then I'm going to swatch them on the back of my hand. Okay, so far just swatching these for you, I really liked the formula. This was like the darkest red color, then the pinky fuchsia. There's a brownish tone and then 2 nudes. So already I really liked the formula. Let me try a couple of them on for you. Alright, so I'm going to start out with the darker pinky shade. Simone is the color. I just wanted to do this one for anyone who likes to go with bolder lips, and then I'm going to do one of the nudes. Okay, so far I love this formula. It's very, very matte. It dries quickly. It feels like I don't really have anything on. It wasn't like one of those mattes that are too drying to the lips. So first impression, obviously, I really do like this formula. So let me try a nude on for you. Alright, so now going in with the lightest nude shade, which is Karen. I'm gonna try this one out. Okay, so yet again, loving the formula, love this color. That's probably would have been more what I would have went with this outfit. I definitely liked these. Alright, so now that we have waited for a little bit, I'm going to test out the waterproof eyeshadow here. I have just a little wet paper towel, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, that hardly came off at all. As you can see right there, there's barely any like blue-green, and I really wiped on it. Like there is hardly any that came off, so I would definitely say that is waterproof. I love that. Definitely recommend that eye topper. Alright guys, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions BH Cosmetics. Just as a little overview, things that I absolutely loved was the bronzer, the Brilliance bronzer. Loved that. I'll definitely be using this all the time. I did like the blush. I liked the formula, but it just wasn't for me. Loved the NYX Skin Veil so far. Like my face is flawless. It's very effortless to put on. Loving the Bear With Me Skin Veil. And lastly, the BH Cosmetics palette. These were my favorite things from the video. I'll be using this a lot, taking it on vacations with me. Definitely would recommend a lot of the products from today. A couple of the products, not so much, but that's what you get with the first impressions. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you have any comments or suggestions for me, just comment down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.